All right, so now that we did the item analysis, which means going through each one of the questions we got wrong and right, it's now time for the fun part to see how we grew since the last quiz and also where we need to still do some work on, all right? So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen and show you which documents you're gonna pull up, but you need to get to your Google Drive. So if you look here, you're going to go to your Google Drive. So you should click on your Math Lab portfolio. It should have your name. You click on it, you should have 4 things here, all right? What you're going to need to open are this quiz 1 on fractions basics. You're going to need that one. And it's the one you just completed. And that's only if you are not ready to move on. If you are ready to move on, this should be the first thing that you do. You're also going to need that, plus you're going to need this data notebook. So you want to click on both of those and have those open. I'm going to move my screen up so you can see. All right. So if you remember, in the data notebook, we listed about maybe 2-3 weeks ago the skill we were working on, the percent correct so far. So I had 25% on the skill understanding what a fraction means. And then I had a SMART goal. And then I had my action plan, right? Now this is the cool part. This is where I get to write whether or not I met my SMART goal or not. So if I go to my quiz 1 screen, I scroll down, I've calculated how much correct I got. So on this one, I got 25% correct. I'm not looking at the incorrect part. I'm looking at the correct part, 25% correct. So what that means is my goal was to get to 60%. So I haven't met my goal yet, okay? So I'm not gonna do anything here. I'm still gonna keep the same goal because I haven't changed it. What I am gonna do is I'm going to look through the rest of them to see like whether or not I met my goal for the rest of them. All right, now let's say that I look on this and I see that I got 80% on finding equivalent fractions, all right? So that means I got 20% incorrect, 80% correct. Let's say this was changed, so this would be a 1 out of 5. Let's make that up, all right? Now, because I said I got 80% correct on this new quiz, and my goal was to get to 80%, I'm actually going to highlight this in green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mouse and highlight everything. And then I'm going to go to this. Actually, that is totally wrong. Don't do that. In fact, let's undo that. Don't do that. Highlight it. And then highlight this text color and put it all. You can go to highlight and then put green. So that way I know that I'm good to go. I've worked on it already. I don't need to focus on that goal anymore. All right. Let's say though that for this first one, I want to, I know I didn't meet it yet, but I want to change my goal. I want to say that I now want to get 70% because I'm determined to do really well for the next quiz. I can change my goal to 70%, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to color it. So I only do green for the goals that I've met so far. If I need to add a goal, so here I didn't have goals set yet. You would type the name of the skill, and then here you would type the percent you got correct so far. So I would type, let's say I got 40%. I would then write my goal, and it's very similar to here, all right? And then I would write my action plan, which I can copy and paste to here, all right? But basically, I'm gonna update this every time I get a quiz back with the goal that I want to make, all right? So pause there, and so you can update all of those things.